Johnjay and Rich. Hello. Do I sound normal to you guys?
Yeah?
No.
Why?
Me neither.
You sound
My voice sounds
loud
weird.
and a little robotic, maybe?
It does, yeah, something sounds weird in my head. Oh, maybe it's just
Oh,
me.
it does sound
it's-
weird. It's like a little deep.
I don't think anybody else can hear that.
Does
though.
it sound normal to you, Noah? Does not sound normal to Noah.
Oh, really?
Something's wrong with my microphone.
Uh-oh.
Dang it.
You can just enter your, alter ego right now.
Well,
It sounds fine in here.
not to her, not to him.
But it
This
might be
is-
fine on the radio.
Okay.
Instead of Johnjay, we're getting Johnjay.
Right.
God.
Here, let me try something. Keep talking.
All right, go ahead. Oh. Okay, sounds fine. Okay, sounds fine on the radio. That's good. Okay. So I want to start off by saying my name is Johnjay, and I am a nose spray addict. I can admit that.
Hi, Johnjay.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to get. Obviously, none of you guys have been in some sort of rehab or 12-step program because that's supposed to be your response. Except for Rich, we'll have to unpack that later.
I just watch a lot of TV.
So a couple weeks ago, I noticed that I was running low on my nose spray. And when I say running low on nose spray, I like to go to Dollar Tree and I buy their nose spray because I think it's the best nose spray I've ever
What
found.
was running low? You had 65 left?
I had about maybe 10, and I have them spread out like they're a part of my life. They're in my glove box. They're in my backpack. They're in a workout bag. I have them just different places just in case I need nose spray. And I know that I have a problem with nose spray. And I usually take a spray in the morning, maybe once in the afternoon, and maybe right before I go to bed. And then sometimes during the show when I can't breathe, right? So let's say 3 or 4 times a day. And you're only supposed to do it like once or twice a week or every 2 weeks, and you're supposed to stop. I get it. I'm addicted to it. But what happened was I had noticed that I was running low, and I start to panic that I'm going to run low, which is the signs of an addict.
Sweet.
So I went to, somebody messaged me and said, you can buy your nose spray online. So I went to the Dollar Tree website, and I bought a case of nose spray. But once I paid for it, they said, it's not going to get delivered to your house. You have to go to Dollar Tree to pick it up. And I was kind of like, oh, God, what a pain. So the Dollar Tree was close to my house. So I thought yesterday, they told me they was in, and I had to bring in my email and show the manager. So I go into Dollar Tree yesterday to get my nose spray. And it'd been a few weeks, so I forgot if I already paid for it or not, you know. I didn't know if I just ordered it in. So I go there, and the email says you got to find the manager and show them this email, and they're going to bring you your box. So when I go there, I ask for the manager at Dollar Tree, and she's over in the corner, and she's about to start inflating those Nylar balloons. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, hi, I have this email. I'm here to pick up a package. And she goes, I'll be with you in a minute. And then she takes a balloon. And she closes up the balloon. And she looks at me, and then she looks back at the balloon. Second balloon. That's 4 balloons while I'm standing there. And then I'm just sitting there going, she's not helping me. So I was like, I'll just go down the aisle and find the nose spray myself and just buy nose spray. Forget the case that I
whatever
bought.
the order is the order.
So I go into the aisle, and I find 3 cases of nose spray. And I'm like, okay, I'll take this nose spray. So I'm waiting in line now at Dollar Tree, and I have 3 cases of nose spray in my hand. And somebody else comes out from the back, and they're like, are you the one that ordered the case of nose spray? And I go, yeah. And she goes, it was in a box. And she goes, here it is. You just need to sign right here. And I go, oh. So I sign. I go, I already paid for it? She goes, yeah, you already paid for it. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. So I signed for it. Now I have these 3 other cases with me, and I go, might as well just buy these 3 cases I have here.
Oh, my gosh.
So now I'm in the process of buying 96 bottles of nose spray. 96 bottles of nose spray. Now the line is starting to form at Dollar Tree because the conversation I was having. So as they're checking me out, the lady at the register says to me, can I ask you, what is this for exactly? Now, I didn't want to tell her I have a nose spray addiction. So immediately I go, it's for a science project. And she goes, science project? I go, yeah, they're going to spray it on the plants or animals. It's biology class. And she's like,
what the hell?
She's like, really? She goes, that's interesting. Like, what's that do? And I'm kind of like, oh my God, lady. Right? So
Now you've gotten yourself down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
You got to stick with it and just own it.
And so my thought process was, it's a biology class. Maybe she thinks I'm a biology teacher, and I need 30 to 40 to 60 of these for all the kids. We're spraying them in frogs. Instead of dissecting frogs, we're going to clear up their nasal passages. So that's where my brain was. So I got this whole dialogue going on with the receptionist or the cashier. At that moment, this woman in line behind me, she goes, can I ask you something? She goes, what science class is this exactly?
Uh-oh.
And I go, it's biology. And she's like, for like what? What are they doing? Are you guys studying? And she throws out a word. It sounds like tick pharma? Is it tick pharma? Some word like that. And I go, I'm not sure exactly what it is. She goes, well, then what is the class? And now the person behind her goes, yeah, what is it? And I go, hold on a second. It's for my son's class. I don't know what it's for. He just said, Dad, I need a lot of nose spray for class for all the other students. She goes, oh, okay. I'm a pharmacy student, and I've never seen that before. And I'm like, oh, yeah, well,
Of course.
I go,
what are the chances?
What are the chances? I'm like, biology nowadays.
What do you do at a Dollar Tree?
Yeah. So I'm like,
You probably haven't been at school for a while. This is new.
So I leave, and then I grab my phone, and I'm like, I have to capture this right now because my hands were full. I just needed to put it on selfie mode, and I wanted to explain to the camera what had just happened. And as I'm explaining that, and I'm walking to my car, I hear some lady, Mister! And all of this is on video. I posted it last night before I went to bed. And it's the cashier running out with the box of I left the box of nose spray that I bought.
You were so freaked out by
I was
the
so freaked out by the whole biology lie. And I was like, so I'm walking to my car, and then you can hear her say,
your students are going to miss this.
That's exactly what she says. That's exactly what, and I had that all on video.
Oh my gosh.
And you can see, like, it was such an ordeal.
Go save those frogs,
and
sir.
so much stress. And so much, and then I go to put the nose spray in the trunk of my car, and they all fall out. And so I try to put the camera on selfie mode so you can see. There's 96 nose spray bottles all in the trunk of my car, just all, like, literally. It is an addiction problem.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I need a doctor to say, don't do this. But
You've
but
had that.
I know, but I didn't believe her.
Doctors have said, stop doing it.
You need an intervention. You actually need to probably go to a meeting and probably introduce yourself.
And then the other step is, like, you have to lie about the addiction to strangers, too.
Yes, I know. That's what I believe. Everything that happens in that story that I just told you are addiction issues.
Yeah.
Like, people lie to cover up their stuff. And then when you read there's like, last I checked, there were 40 comments, and the comments are like, you know what I mean? They're funny comments. There's like stuff that are laughing that, this only happens to you. But then there's like, dude, that's like people that lie about stuff.
And what about the people at Dollar Tree? They're going to go home and you're like, did you know that all frogs have allergy problems? And this man is saving one frog at a time. I'm glad Dollar Tree could be a part of frogs breathing again.
Well, here's the other part of my addiction. The next level part of the addiction is I didn't want to tell this story because I didn't want people to go to Dollar Tree and buy all the nose spray so I can't get it.
Oh
the
my
next time.
gosh. Nobody's doing that.
Essentially, I literally have about 2 years worth of nose spray, I think is what I bought. 2 years
That's
worth.
it? 96 bottles is only 2 years?
But you'll run through that in how quick?
That's what I'm saying, 2 years.
By next week,
I was
you'll
going
need
by,
another one.
I was going by the 96 bottles, how long, I did a mathematical equation, how long it would take me to go through 96 bottles.
So it's your 2 years.
My 2 years. Most
supply.
people, I probably have generations of nose spray. There, you can see it. You can see the video I just told you about, all about it's on my Instagram at Johnjay Van S. The whole thing is right up there. Even the lady running out to tell me it's all there. Anyway, that's it. Johnjay Van S on Instagram. Kyle, what's coming up with 3 things you need to know?
The 2028 Olympics will also feature men's and women's flag football for the very first time.
Cool.
That'd be super
Catching
cool.
on.
Right on.
Now, you might see Super Mario coming to your airport. JetBlue and Nintendo teamed up for a Super Mario Brothers themed plane. This thing looks awesome. It's like the Nintendo Blue with a red tail. It features like pictures of the characters, Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, you name it. And I just think it's going to be fascinating to see these in the air. This is also really good news because sometimes when I swear, my husband does not like it. But they've been doing research on cursing, and they actually found it can help immensely if you get hurt. They said basically swearing is like increases your pain tolerance. So if you are, you stub your toe and you just let it out, it's actually going to help you hurt less. Now, oftentimes when I do that, it's not because I'm hurting, but but this right here is great research. So let it out. They did say that the F word is the most used when inflicted with pain, and they said go for it. It's a great word, but whatever curse word is the one you choose will work just the same for pain tolerance.
It's the most versatile, the F word. You can use it for so many things.
That story stresses me out right now because today's the start of Lent, and the one thing that I'm giving up is I'm giving up cursing, or I'm trying to
Me too.
curse less. Yeah,
Oh,
and
look at
so
you two.
fingers crossed that I don't get hurt because I'm gonna want to alleviate some of that pain.
Or you just get hurt and then you go, this is the sacrifice that I'm making. This is it.
I think, Peyton, when you insult people now, your insults are going to be more flowery because you can't use
I know. And my insults, when they're colorful, are so much more fun.
And that's 3 things you need to know.
Got a text, by the way, tying into all this. Text line is you text JJR, whatever you want to say, to the number 96893. Happy Ash Wednesday, guys. Anybody participating? If so, what are you giving up? I'm giving up Uber Eats. By the way, Peyton totally said Ash Wednesday.
I mean, I meant to say Ash Wednesday, and then I just got tongue-tied. But yeah, I'm giving up. I'm trying to give up cursing, and then also, I also like to not just give up something, but I like to do something that betters my everyday life. And so I'm going to be trying to wake up earlier because I want slower mornings. I feel like I need to
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And
really
so
good.
Today I woke up 20 minutes later than I wanted to, but 20 minutes earlier than I normally do. So I feel okay.
That's good. That's a start. That's awesome.
And you're giving up cussing as well, Rich?
Yeah, I think I talked about it. Did I talk about it with you? But
No.
So my wife and I were talking because she doesn't really cuss much at all. So I'm like, I would like to do that more. And I think I'm okay, but I just realized that's such a go-to thing. So I'm going to try to stop doing that. And then Stacy and I agreed together to either go walk or lift weights or do something like physical exercise every day together.
Oh, cool. So we're on the same page,
Together.
giving up something, but also,
Adding
doing something that'll better us. I like that.
And then Peyton and I are looking for a place to get some drive-through ashes today.
Yes.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
There's a couple I've done it a few times. And another way of doing it is when it pops up in your memories, just repost the one you did. So that's the same thing.
That's good.
I don't think
Is
so.
it the same thing?
It's the same thing. That's part of my Lent resolution. What's the vibe for predictions today, Peyton?
I'm going to tell you what kind of friend you are in your friend group.
877-937-1047. Hey, Haley, what's your sign? Haley.
Haley, it's Sagittarius.
Okay, Sagittarius, you guys are the unreliable one. You are the I'm on my way friend who is absolutely not on their way. You say you'll come to brunch, but suddenly you're backpacking in another country. When you do show up, though, you bring the best stories and the wildest energy.
True.
Thanks, Haley.
Thanks. Bye.
Hi.
Hi, Jen.
Morning.
Good morning.
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay, Aquarius, the type of friend that you are the wild card. You disappear mid-party and show up 3 hours later with a totally new friend group. You say things like, let's just see where the night takes us. And I wouldn't doubt that you've probably convinced your friends to go on a road trip in the middle of the night.
That's all right. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
Have a good day.
You too. Hey, Tanya, what's your sign? Tanya?
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, Cancer. Sorry.
Okay, Cancer, you guys are the therapist friend. You are the designated, are you okay friend? You're always ready to listen, give advice, and hug your friends while they're crying at the pregame over their ex again. But the second that you Cancers get emotional, you just disappear into your room for 3 business days.
That is true. That is so spot on.
My little crybabies. We love you, Cancers, though.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you.
What's up, Mike?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Mike, you can't just call in and think everyone knows who you are. You got to tell us what's your sign.
I'm a Virgo.
Yeah, Mike's a Virgo. Mike, whenever I talk to Mike, he always gives me the, hey, it's Mike, I'm calling in for Virgo, you know.
Right.
So,
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like, I'm
okay.
a brand.
He already did it. So it's
Today, yeah, I kind of wanted to keep it cool. Everybody else is answering the phone keeping it cool. So I'm keeping it cool today.
well, it's all good. Mike is our Virgo who's been calling in the last couple of days. We appreciate you. Johnjay is also our Virgo. You guys are the mom friend. You have the Advil and the hand sanitizer and the entire itinerary in your bag. You know everyone's Uber rating, and you always check the Yelp reviews before picking a restaurant. If you're drunk at 2 a.m., you're probably the one ordering the Uber home. Johnjay, I know this isn't you, but I think this might be the majority of the Virgos. You're just so different.
Well,
He's got the nose spray if anyone
and
needs
I got
it.
the nose spray and the butt wipes.
There we go. I mean, that's mom friend to the T with the butt wipes.
Right.
I know the nose spray thing. That was funny. That cracked me up, guys. You guys rock. Thank you again.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike.
Shanae, good morning. Shanae the Gemini.
Hey, good morning. I was just going to say that Johnjay got the nose spray for sure.
The party can start now.
Yep. You brought the party favors. All right. Shanae, the Gemini, you are the one friend who knows everyone. You can't go anywhere without a Gemini running into somebody that they know, like, oh my gosh, I went to kindergarten with them randomly in the middle of the bar. You are the ultimate social butterfly, but also you love drama, and you will absolutely be the first to say, you want to know the tea that I heard about that situation?
Oh, okay. But what is funny, at the Phoenix Open, we were at the Bird's Nest, and the girl goes, I know you. I played football with you. I was like, oh, my God. So,
Yeah, you know everyone.
The thing about Shanae, too, the Gemini, when she's like talking about spilling the tea, no matter what she talks about, she sounds like she's spilling the tea. Just her regular conversation.
Yep.
You feel like you're getting a secret.
All right, Shanae.
Right. Thanks. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
So it's festival season. We've got your chance to win all morning long. We got Rolling Loud tickets later today. We also got passes to Breakaway Music Festival featuring the Chainsmokers. So stay right here. In fact, Breakaway Music Festival is April 18th and 19th at Sloan Park. The Chainsmokers, Griffin, Sophie Tucker, and Sophie Tucker. Sophie, I was thinking SoFi Stadium. Call 14, you win right now. 877-937-1047. Good luck. Johnjay and Rich, time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information. Rich has life hacks. A new survey says the average parent says they find their child doing something funny more than 1,000 times each year, which is about 3 times per day. I agree with that.
Yeah.
My kids make me laugh all the time. A spring cleaning poll found 34% of stuff we own isn't used very often. It just takes up space. That includes stuff we don't want but haven't gotten rid of. Other people's stuff we somehow ended up with, like a lot of stuff is actual junk. Some of it's sentimental and we're hanging on to it.
Yeah,
you
my
really
mom,
think about it.
My mom recently, anytime I go over there, I feel like she always sends me with a box of more stuff, and it's really just her trying to get rid of all the junk that she doesn't want, and she's just trying to pawn it off to me. And then I feel bad because I don't want to say no, and then I take it, and then it just stays in my car, and then I have no room in my car, and it's frustrating. She gives me her junk. Mom, please stop doing that.
A skincare clinic has an online test which will calculate how ugly your job is making you based on how you're aging your skin.
Dang.
It involves aspects like hours, working location, and physical activity, and it'll tell you, yeah, you're ugly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you
Terrible.
ugly.
It's clever though, and then they're like, but we can make you beautiful. Right?
You're ugly. Hold on, I happen to have this ready to go, Rich. I'm glad you did, because I totally forgot all about that little clip right there, and I had it ready. Yeah, forget it. Hold on. Keep going.
You ugly. Yeah, you ugly.
Such a mean song.
Yeah, but so uplifting.
With soaring egg prices, chicken rentals could become a thing. One service provides hens, feed, and support, allowing customers to collect fresh eggs at home for $600. It's $600 for a 6-month rental. Customers can expect a dozen eggs per week from 2 hens.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we talked about that before. It was something you were kind of looking at, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
Here's a guy talking about it.
The majority of everybody who rents loves it. And a lot of the customers decide they want to have the same birds. They get very attached to their birds, and when they come back, we tag them with a colored tag around the ankle so they can get the same birds back next year.
Birds.
You just let them out and walk around. They go in at night on their own. They want to roost up, and just real low maintenance, and people really enjoy it.
Last night, LeBron James became the first player in NBA history to score 50,000 career points across the regular season and playoffs. Pretty huge.
Yeah.
Pretty huge. Wake up for life hacks, Rich.
This summer, I have heard that the rolling blackout, because of temperatures being higher, is going to be like way more common. Expect your electricity to go out. Sorry, what am I going to tell you? But what's the deal? Like, how do you know if your electricity went out when you're gone? Well, here's the hack for your freezer that will save your food. Okay, you're going to be gone for your place for a little bit. You take a glass of water and you drop a dime in it and stick it in the freezer. So the dime will be in the middle of the top of the ice. Drop it on top of the ice. When you come home from your trip, if the dime is still floating on top of the ice, well, then your electricity stayed on. But if it's at the bottom of the glass, your electricity went out and you need to throw out all that meat. So instead of getting like a fancy smart refrigerator or freezer or whatever, just, put the dime on top of the ice when you're gone, and you can track it like that. That life hack and many more can be found at JohnJay and Rich.
We talk about converting. My son Dutch 2 or 3 of his best friends are LDS, and he's always wanted to convert and be a Mormon. He's asked many, many times if he can go be a Mormon, and I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of work. In fact, last night he was at his friend Gavin. I forget what they call this, but he's going on a mission. And last night was the big party. It was at 8:45 last night, where he gets he has all these people in his house. He gets the text. He clicks on the link, and they tell him where he's being sent. And he found out it was a big deal. It was really cool. He's going to the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so everyone was like cheering and very exciting, But Dutch wants to be converted because he wants to go do a mission. But Peyton's trying to convert who?
I'm trying to convert my boyfriend Kadeem to becoming a believer. like a Justin Bieber, like diehard fan, like how I am.
Where is he now? He doesn't like him at all?
Well, no, he does like Justin Bieber, but he thinks like All That Matters is Justin Bieber's best song, and he's absolutely wrong. And so I don't think he really knows that I'm like in the process of trying to make him a believer. I just have my favorite Justin Bieber album on repeat, and anytime like there's a song that I think he would really like, I'll be like, hey, listen to this song. It's a really good song. Don't you like it?
By the way, converting someone to being a believer is just as much work as trying to conform to LDS.
I disagree.
Very similar hoops you got to go through, classes you got to take.
Road ahead of you.
Literature you got to read.
I feel that. Yeah.
So are you doing it like, listen to this song, or are you just playing it all the time in the background?
It's just always playing on repeat, the album. Like,
in your
I'm
house?
sure, like, everywhere. Any chance I have the opportunity, if I'm taking a shower, I'm putting on the Justin Bieber Believe album. Like, I am making sure that this man hears the artistry that he obviously missed out on. And so the Believe album, it dropped in, like, 2012. So I'm, like, 13, 14, like absolutely obsessed with Justin Bieber in my life at this time. And so one of the songs came on and I was like, wait, Kadeem would love that song. And the song has a Drake feature. This was like Justin Bieber kind of telling us like, he's an R&B singer. He's a pop star, but he's an R&B singer. So this song is called Right Here featuring Drake.
All that you need, I won't leave you, baby, no. Cause I just wanna love you. I would never ever put nobody else above you. I just wanna kiss you, baby. I just wanna hug you till the end, baby, till the end.
Like, come
But yeah,
on.
I mean, as much as Kadeem loves Drake, that's a really good gateway drug.
And you guys saw how Kadeem acted when we went to see Drake.
I've never seen him so happy.
Exactly. And so I'm like, Drake feature on a Justin Bieber song, like, that's a hit. And then another song came on.
Wait.
What?
I've never heard that song before, and it's interesting how Bieber's voice is so high still. Like, that was, so he was still a kid then.
2012,
like 16,
yeah.
17.
Yeah, because you can tell, because I was expecting Bieber's voice now, and when I heard that high pitch, I was like, also, you could pitch him too, is I think, which Drake video is it where it's just Bieber?
Oh,
He's doing the
Pop Star?
Pop Star.
I love that music
Bieber's
video.
doing the whole video by
and
himself.
He's basically talking and it's Drake voice.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
cool.
seen that music
So he
video.
didn't, when you do present that music to him, is he like, you know what, you're right?
He was like, oh, that is a good song.
Okay.
And then I was like, and in the same album, Justin Bieber had a feature with Big Sean, and the song's called As Long As You Love Me.
I don't know if this makes sense, but you're my hallelujah. Give me a time and place, I rendezvous it, I fly to it, I beat you
I
there.
love this song.
I can tell.
Just a couple things I can't spell without you.
Now we on top of the world.
I love this song. That's probably one of my all-time like top 5 Justin Bieber songs right
are
here.
you playing it and dancing and
Oh, yeah.
like
I'm
watching
rapping
you?
to him.
Watching you, we've got video of this of you dancing and singing in here right now. Like, makes me want to listen to the album. So it's like working for me, but I'm already a believer, but not psycho like you.
But you will love this album when you go back and you listen to it. And so, like, also too, like, there's some songs in this album where I just love them, and like Justin Bieber was founded by Usher, right? Like, Usher's like R&B. Like, that man is an R&B singer, and we need to give him his flowers. And so I'm trying to convince Kadeem that, like, Justin Bieber is a real R&B singer.
I would give you that.
Yeah. And so one of my other favorite songs is called Die in Your Arms.
So you love me as much as I love you, yeah. Would you hurt me, baby? Could you do this to me, yeah? Would you lie to me, baby?
You know, at the same time, though,
Listen to it.
but at the same time that if you could step back and look at this through a different angle, it's like you're trying to present to Kadeem that Bieber's legit because he's with these artists. So if you think about the record label at the time, were they doing the same thing?
Yeah.
And it worked on you?
Probably.
Right?
Sure.
Because it's
Let's put Drake with Bieber, and then we can get these 12-year-old girls to start to like Drake's album, start to like Bieber's album, right?
Yeah.
So you fell for it.
I totally fell for it. And I mean, I have a sister that's 6.5 years older than me. So, like, I'm listening to Drake when he's with Young Money and singing Bedrock. Like, I'm familiar with Drake. Like, I remember the first time the Justin Bieber Baby music video was, like, on MTV and I saw Justin Bieber for the first time. Or maybe it was the song One Time. I don't remember. And I remember my sister was like, you think he's cute? And I was like, oh, no. Gross. I don't like boys. Like, I was at that point in my life, and now look at me. I'm 26 and I'm still obsessed.
Yeah, Nick.
This is totally off the point, but do you notice that, like, in 3 of those clips, like, there's 3 in a row where Justin Bieber, the lyrics are "Love Me." It's like, as long as you love me, why don't you love me? Have fun and love me. Anyway,
you're wrong, though.
Well, you're going to really love the next song that I also love on here because it's called Love Me Like You Do.
Yeah.
Love me like you do. Love me like you do. Like you do. Hold me tight.
Bieber's very talented.
He's so
You know what
good.
else he's talented in? Is athletics. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
with
how.
soccer?
Basketball,
Or hockey,
hockey.
excuse me.
Have you seen
Yeah.
him play hoop?
Yeah, I actually just watched like a TikTok that came up and it was Justin Bieber and like the celebrity all-star game and he won MVP at like 15. He was just like getting buckets out there. I was like, I'm so obsessed with
Like,
you.
where does that? When did he learn how to play basketball like that, or to play hockey? Because the whole time he also learned how to play every instrument in the world,
that's
and he's
true.
also like, how did he do all that? And, I mean, it's fascinating to me. That guy's. I mean, I've always said he's obscenely talented. It's too bad that everything now I'm reading about him is he's smoking weed. He
I
posted more.
know. There was another picture just yesterday, and everyone's like, just set a better example.
Yeah, drink milk.
But it's like, you have to also understand this kid's been through so much trauma.
True.
And I'm so glad you guys brought this up because this leads me into my last clip, and this is the Justin Bieber song. No, seriously, like, and it's the song's called Maria, but it like in the beginning of the song, it recaptures like what Justin Bieber was going through when he was making this album, and it totally ties into everything that kind of he's going through right now.
Justin Bieber. Pop star Justin Bieber denied he fathered a child.
There is a lot of good that comes with celebrity. You know that. There is also a pretty white hot spotlight, and you found yourself under it recently.
Yeah.
Some headlines.
Set the record straight. None of it is true.
Do you know this woman?
Never met the woman.
No?
So.
Okay. All right. Well, obviously, this is what comes along with
Exactly.
life in the fast lane, as they say.
And then he goes into this song basically talking about this woman who said he fathered her child. He's like 16 years old.
I think you can get girls pregnant at 16.
I know, but it's like he's in the superstardom of his fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like people be trying to lie and be trapping people.
Oh, yeah, it
It's
happens
like,
all the time.
Exactly. But
Hey, Wendy. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on?
So I actually grew up Mormon, and being a former member of the church, there's a lot to with the mission. The guys actually go on a mission for 2 years, and girls go on a mission for 18 months.
That's very cool. I thought you said I grew up
So,
Mormon, and now I'm a believer.
That's what I thought you was going to. Peyton sold me.
But my nephew is actually on a mission right now in Las Vegas. For
I think Las Vegas. That's wild.
Well, they're all over the place.
I know, but when you usually hear of
Sri
different
Lanka,
countries,
not
something like
Vegas.
that. Yeah. Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, I know a guy that was he was on his mission in Amsterdam. Another guy was in Amsterdam. It was in Italy. In fact, he said in Italy he converted he was there 2 years. He converted one person because everyone there's Catholic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's hard to go knock on doors and say, "Hey, man, let me tell you about the more religion." You know.
Does anybody get like local, like your mission is Tempe Marketplace? Anything like that?
Probably. Anyway, Peyton, we're believers. You did a good job.
Yeah.
thank you, and go stream the album "Believe" by Justin Bieber. I feel like we can like spike it
What's
up a little
streams
bit.
go up on that too? I'll Bieber people like, what's going on?
This is 2025. What's happening? This is 2012 album.
You can call us right now. Jump on there with us. We want to hear about like a horrible roommate story because we're just talking to someone that's her roommate's sleeping with everybody. Will, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good. You got a terrible roommate story?
I do.
What happened?
Shortly after high school, I moved in with a couple of friends, and one of the two friends, she decided that one of her friends needed a place to stay temporarily. So she asked if she could stay with us, which was cool. And, we split costs and everything, but we'd go shopping, and this girl literally would come home with groceries, go straight to her bedroom, and disappear for like 20 minutes, and then come back out with her groceries rebagged. And we're like, what were you doing? She's like, oh, nothing, and whatever. So we'd put our groceries away. And when we go to use something, like eggs or milk or cereal or whatever it was, you'd open the egg carton and it'd have her initials on every single egg.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And she one time she asked if somebody drank her milk, and we're like, I did. I was the one who drank it, I'll admit. And we're like, no, why would somebody drink your milk? And she's like, I drew a line on it, and it was right here, dated at this time. We're like, what?
Dang.
Oh, wow.
She's like, 'cause you can't monogram milk itself. You got to do the outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. And one time it was funny because one of the girls, she went to do laundry, and she used her detergent and her fabric softener, and she's like, somebody's using my stuff. I can smell your clothes. And she'd go up and whiff each of us to see who smelled like her detergent.
Weird.
Man.
Yeah.
She must have just gotten to that point where it's like she's tired of paying for all the supplies in the house.
Yeah.
But also, when she smelled the detergent, she's like, someone's using my detergent. And they're right here. It's like Goldilocks. This porridge is just right.
Well, her friend, the one that asked her to live with us, she was the one that was using her detergent because, like, I would keep stuff in my room just knowing how she was. But she went and smelled, like, in her closet, she smelled, like, every garment individually till she found something that matched her detergent.
Yeah. She's like, this one's clean. This one's clean.
Crazy.
This one's my detergent.
Yeah.
You buy the same detergent.
Extreme.
Well, thanks, Will.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Jonathan, you got a horrible, horrible roommate story?
Yeah, so I actually live with my ex-girlfriend and my current fiance.
Right now?
Like right now, yeah.
What? How does that work?
Well, long story short, my ex-girlfriend and her dad were really good friends. Do a lot of work for him, and he gave me a opportunity to rent a room for $650.
Oh.
Told me that his daughter, my ex-girlfriend, would be living there as well.
So you cut out a little bit, but he said he gave you a room?
Yeah, I'm renting a room from him from one of his rental properties, but he never told me that his daughter, my ex-girlfriend, was going to be living there.
He didn't tell you.
Was he trying to reconnect you guys or something, maybe?
I couldn't. It didn't work. That's for sure.
So you're not, are you currently in this situation or you're out of it already?
I'm currently in this situation, yeah. I just left the house.
So now how does the ex feel about you having a new girl around?
Honestly, I don't really think she had a problem. I just have a problem with the way that she's living. I mean, just like you guys were talking about, she brings random dudes home all the time and stuff like that.
Oh my God, this is terrible.
Yeah, there's no sock on the door or anything.
How does your fiance feel about it?
You know, she weirdly is okay with it.
There's no way she's okay with it.
It's got to be a little
we've been
uncomfortable.
together for almost 2 years now, and she just said yes, like last weekend, so...
You have the most balanced person in the world that you're engaged to, because I can't imagine that would be smooth sailing.
We would be moving out.
Yeah.
Wild.
Be like, I don't care what your deal is on rent, this isn't happening.
Yeah, no, I mean, she don't mind. I mean, we pay really good rent, so...
I mean, it doesn't matter. That's just so awkward. Anyway, well, if you're making it work, then rock
Yeah,
on.
if it works for you.
I can't imagine this is going to end well, though.
I wonder if the girl's bringing home extra guys so that
Has to
Jonathan,
be.
but she's like doing it like, oh, okay, you're going to hear this, Jonathan, enjoy.
Or she's like, I just got to bring him home to show them that I have moved on, that I'm doing just fine.
And say that out loud, screaming in the other room.
So
Thanks, Jonathan.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Nick, you got one too?
So I have 3 annoying roommates, and they don't know boundaries. They think that they can come in my room and use my things when I'm not there, or even when I'm like downstairs. And when I go out to eat and I bring home leftovers, they kind of think it's like a community leftover thing.
And that's what you're living with right now? That's right now?
That's right. I mean, if you take away the fact that they're my kids, it's still...
Hilarious. All right, thanks, Nick.
I actually had my sophomore year of college. I had just moved to Texas. I had like no friends, and I had this roommate, And it was so nice because, like, for the first 3 weeks of school, I don't know where she was, but she just wasn't there. Like, she didn't move in yet. So, like, I'm 3 weeks into basically having this huge room by myself. I have the beds moved together. Like, I had no idea this girl was coming. So she comes in and she moves in, and I have a picture. I'll post on our Johnjay and Rich Instagram. This was, no joke, probably 2 weeks after living with her. Can you see?
Oh, it looks like a hoarder situation.
It's filthy. It was disgusting. Like, it got to the point where, like, it stunk so bad in there that all of my clothes started to smell like all of her stuff.
Like,
She would leave.
So where were you the first couple weeks? Do you want to go back?
No, literally, do you want to go back? And it got so bad to the point, and, like, she was, like, I think she kind of was like a hermit, low key. Like, she would seriously, like, stay in the room all the time. And, like, I would come back to the room, and I would be there for an hour and not know she was, like in a cave in her bed. Like, I had no idea. And so I ended up deciding, I was like, I can't live like this. Like, this is gross. Like, there's roaches, I'm sure, somewhere. So I was like, I talked to, like, the RA, and I ended up moving dorms. And so I moved rooms down the hall, and my roommate was so clean. She was so sweet, except for because we shared a room, she would always turn on the light when she woke up at 6 a.m. and I didn't have to be up. And I, for some reason, would have rather lived with the filth than being woken up every morning at 6 a.m. when I don't have class till 10.
Oh, so you prefer the filth versus
the filth and waking me up out of my sleep. And she was so loud, she would blow dry her hair. Like, girl, if you don't go to the bathroom down the hall.
That picture that you showed, right, that you're posting that?
I'm going to post this. Isn't this disgusting?
It makes me itch and my eyes twitching. That's how gross that is.
All right, if you got a horrible roommate story, we want to hear it. Robert, you got a horrible roommate story?
I do. When I was in college, my roommate was on parole, and he wasn't allowed to drink. So one night he's like, the parole officer doesn't come by after 10 p.m. And this was going on for like 2 months, and he'd have a drink like every night at like after 10 p.m. And he banged on the door one night when he said it was 10 p.m. and all the lights were going to go off. And he's like, parole officer, open the door. And he's like, breathe into this tube. And he just took a big sip of Corona. And we blew like a .01, and he tried to convince the parole officer that it was from his mouthwash. And he's like, meet me at the station for a blood test. And then he's like, if I don't come back tomorrow, I'm in prison for the next 72 hours.
Oh, my gosh.
Dang.
And I didn't see him for the next like 3 or 4 days.
All right. Thanks, man. That's a good one. By the way, I was at the dollar store yesterday, and they have so much stuff there at Dollar Tree. Like they have drug tests and stuff. It was really neat. I wanted to buy some to all of us take them, but I couldn't afford it.
Just checking in. I didn't know that all of us would pass those with flying colors. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So yesterday on Hulu, and by the way, I've been talking about this show called Paradise for a while now, telling you how good it is. They dropped the last episode last night. I watched it. I texted Kyle. I said, "You got to watch the show. I think you would love the show." Now, that's so stated. I had so many DMs from people that the Hulu people, whoever owns Paradise, I guess they dropped an episode on free TV, on normal TV, and then that's it. So to watch the rest, you have to go to Hulu.
That's annoying.
I know. But if you take all that stuff aside, it is a hell of a show. And there's 8 episodes. And episode 7, it's kind of somebody kills the president of the United States, and it's a mystery of trying to figure out who did it. But there are also people hiding because there was like a tsunami, and then the other countries in the world thought they just started a nuclear war. They explain all that. So it's like, it's
really?
like,
there's a war on top of it.
And everybody's hiding in Colorado Springs in this mountain, which I've heard rumors that really exists. But when you see how the world ends, it is chilling. It seems so realistic, and it seems like that's the path we're on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to start digging a tunnel in my backyard. Like, you're going to want to...
Isn't that what one of the guys says? Dig a deep hole and get in it.
You're going to want to... Like, when you see it, it'll mess you up. I think it'll mess you up. If it doesn't mess you up right then and there, you'll have thoughts about it later, the end of the world.
I'm just started episode 5, and I came in this morning. I told Johnjay, I'm like, I get it. Somebody at the network said, I want a show. I want it to be This Is Us meets Wall-E meets CSI. And
The Walking Dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're not there yet.
That too? I'm not there yet.
Well, because they don't know what's outside there anymore after the world. Okay, so then there's this show. It's number 1 on Netflix. It's called Running Point. Mm-hmm. And I believe it is based off Jeannie Buss, who now owns the Los Angeles Lakers. And I know Peyton, you started watching it. I started watching it. Kyle started watching it. But did you finish it, Kyle?
I did. I finished yesterday. I can't wait for season 2. I'm dying because like Netflix hasn't renewed it yet for a season 2.
Oh, they have to.
So I'm like, can we make that announcement? Because it's just such a funny show. Like the way, and I think my most favorite part about the show is like how Kate Hudson as Jeannie Buss, it's a different name in the show, how she interacts with her siblings, like her brothers, because it's just so believable. It's like such a family, and yet it's not, because it's outrageous because they're like owners of a basketball team. But I loved it. Like I was sending Johnjay quotes that I thought were funny from the show, and she's like upset, and they're having this real business argument, and she's like, "Is there anything else?" And her brother goes, "Sometimes when you wear your ponytail like that, it makes you look bald on one side." And she's like, "What?"
And she takes her hair out immediately.
There are so many scenes on this show that to me remind me of Kyle that are absolutely hilarious. Like the Kate Hudson, Jenny Buss role. There's things in there that 100% are you. And you probably are going, what part?
I know.
I mean, first, okay, just when she takes off running. That reminded you of running when we were out here the other day when we were doing that Trump thing and you took off running out of the garbage can. You just took off like a bat out of hell. She does that. What about the part when she's taking the guy to rehab and she asks him to text her fiance?
Yeah.
And she goes, his name is Lev. And she goes, I need you to text my fiance. She goes, okay, search up Lar. And he's like, isn't it Lev? She goes, yeah, but I spelled it wrong. And I don't like. It reminded me of the Warv's text thing that we had, where you texted something wrong and we just went with it forever. And then there's all these different little things to me that if you want to know what it's like to work with Kyle, to me, that's it.
I agree, and it's like I feel like that type of comedy of that show reminds me of Kyle. Like Brenda Song, who is the main character, Kate Hudson's character's best friend. There was one time when Brenda Song went in and she's like, "Everybody get together, the boss is here." She said, "Huddle up," and I was like, that is Kyle right there. And I was like, I loved it, and I'm really liking the show. I was like, kind of not really into it.
Because you wanted it
so
to be
much.
a documentary.
Yeah, just because I'm such a Lakers fan, and I just would have loved to see the documentary of that. I'm really liking the show. My only problem is now it reminds me of the Pepperdine Waves, because they're the Waves, and it looks just like the Pepperdine Waves logo. And so me as a basketballer, it's messing with my mind.
Well, not only that, but if you've heard the rumors of certain things and you know the relationship and the history of Jeannie Buss, you see the inspired by. Like the coach of the Lakers is a Buddhist, very Buddhist. Well, you know that Jeannie Buss was dating Phil Jackson for like 10 years. And so you can see now, you know how it ended?
Yeah.
You can see that's like, oh my God, is that what really happened between them? Like there's things like
Probably.
that. And then there was rumors, they were going to trade the star player. And at one point there were rumors they were going to trade Kobe. Right? So it's like there's all these similarities that it's got to be based off the show. And it is absolutely hysterical. I laughed out loud so many times. I enjoyed the brothers so much. I enjoyed just so much of that show. It's so well done. Anyway, it's called Running Point, and it's on Netflix.
It's a good watch.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm like lost because I finished Paradise. I finished this. I'm going to have to get on the Reacher, catch up on Reacher.
I know. I just started doing that this morning. I think it was on episode 4. And so I started catching up on Reacher, which is on Amazon Prime. That's a good one, too. There's season 3 of it.
Got to catch up on Severance.
Yeah.
And then I'll be good.
American Primeval, you got to watch that. You will like that.
Okay, I'll download that.
And I really want you to start watching Love is Blind.
No, I don't do that.
I'll watch it. I'll watch out of it. That's such a good, guilty pleasure.